Do you know we have different types of chlorophyll? We have chlorophyll A and we also have chlorophyll B. A bit of beta 1,4 glycosidic bond which is present in cellulose. In today's class, we're going to look into a branch in the plant kingdom called spermatophytes. Stay with us to the end of this video. Trust me, you will understand. In today's class, we're going to look into spermatophytes. S-P-E-R-M-A-T-O-P-H-Y-T-E, spermatophytes. The plural form spermatophytes. Are you with me? Now, if you notice, we have two different words here. We have sperma, the first part. We have phyte, the second part. So, this term spermatophyte is gotten from two Greek words. Two what? Greek words. And what are they? We have the first part called sperma or sperm. And we have the second part called phyton or phyte. Sperma or sperm, and we have phyton or phyte. Now the term sperma simply means seed. Simply means what? Seed. And the term phyton simply means plant. So if you notice, at this point we can say that spermatophytes are those plants that produce what? Seeds. They are those plants that produce what? Seeds. Exactly. For this reason, we can say that spermatophytes are seed plants. They are what? Seed plants. Are you with me? I repeat that the term spermatophyte is gotten from two Greek words. We have sperma, which means what? Seed. And phyton or phyte, which means what? Plant. Exactly. So therefore, spermatophytes are plants that produce what? Seeds. So for this, they can say they are also called what? Seed plants. Are you with me? The next point you should know is that they are the most advanced group of plants. They are the what? The most advanced group of plants. The most advanced group of plants. Are you with me? So which means in the order of organic evolution of plants, they are the most advanced. So what is the order of organic evolution of plants? We have the first part called schizophyta. We have the schizophyta. We have what is called the talophyta. We have what is called the bryophyta. We have what is called the pteridophyta. And we have finally what is called what? The spermatophyta. So from the schizophyta to the next part called talophyta, to the next part called bryophyta, to the next part called what? Pteridophyta, and finally to what? Spermatophyta. These are the groups in the order of organic evolution. The next one is what? Talophyta. The talophyta. The next one is what is called what? The bryophyta. The next one is what is called the pteridophyta. The pteridophyta. The next, finally, we have what is called the spermatophyta. So these are different groups of the plant kingdom. This is the extinct group. The talophyta, which have the group called talophytes. Example, the algae. Bryophyta, they have the group of plants called the bryophytes. Example, the mosses and liverworts. The pteridophyta, which has the group called what? Pteridophytes. Example, we have the ferns, F-E-R-N-S, ferns. We have the spermatophyta, are you with me? Which have a group called what? Spermatophytes. And they are the what? The seed plants. Does that make sense to you? Now let's look at the features of spermatophytes. The general features of spermatophytes. That's the next point you're going to look into. The general features of spermatophytes. This first point you're going to consider is that they are multicellular. They are what? Multicellular. That's the first point. They are multicellular. Multi simply means many. Cellular means that they have cells. Exactly. Remember, cells are the functional and the structural unit of what? Life. Since they are living organisms, they have cells. But they don't just have one cell. They have many cells. That's why we say they are what? Multicellular. Does that make sense to you? Now, as plants, then we have cell wall. Their cell we have what? Cell wall. But that cell wall will be made of a material called cellulose. A material called what? Cellulose. So their cell wall is made of a material called what? Cellulose. Now the next point you should know is the meaning of the term cellulose. What is cellulose? Cellulose is a polysaccharide. A what? A polysaccharide. The word saccharide simply means sugar. Exactly. So we have many sugars in it. Do you get me? So it is a polysaccharide which means it contains hundreds or thousands of glucose, hundreds or thousands of what? Glucose. And these glucose, they are joined by a bond. And that bond is what is called glycosidic bond. What is called what? Glycosidic bond. But this glycosidic bond is between the first carbon and the fourth carbon. Exactly. So we call it beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. We call it what? Beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. Beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. Beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. So that is the bond present in the cellulose. The first point, they are multicellular. Second point, they have cell wall is made of a material called what? Cellular. And cellulose is a polysaccharide that contains hundreds or thousands of glucose, which are joined by which bond? Beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. Does that make sense to you? Now the next point is that they contain chlorophyll. They contain chlorophyll. And for the fact that they contain chlorophyll, it means that they can photosynthesize. They can what? Photosynthesize. That means they can undergo photosynthesis. The process, they can produce their own food. Does that make sense to you? Now, what is the next point you should know? The term chlorophyll is just a green pigment found in plants, algae, and cyanobacteria. A green what? Pigment found in where? In plants, algae, and what? Cyanobacteria. The cyanobacteria are the blue-green algae. Exactly. Now, what is the work of this thing? It drives photosynthesis. The first point is that they are found, this chlorophyll, they are found in plants, and they are found in what? Algae, and they are also found in what? Cyanobacteria. The cyanobacteria. Now, what is the work? It drives photosynthesis. Exactly. By absorbing light energy. Exactly. Now, remember, the energy from the sun, we have what is called the electromagnetic waves from the sun, which include G, X, U, V, I, M, R. So this G is the gamma ray, the X-ray, the ultraviolet ray, the visible light, infrared, microwave, and radio wave. So we are taking on this, the visible light. The visible light. The visible light is made up of different colors, which represented by the code ROYGBIV. ROYGBIV. So this is the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and what? Violet. Now the chlorophyll, it absorbs the light energy, usually the red and the blue wavelength. The red and the what? Blue wavelength. Is that clear? So and what is the work? At the end of the day, it is the one that makes the leaves of plants appear what? Green. It absorbs this light and reflects green. Exactly. So the green color of leaves is due to the reflection of the green light. Exactly. It does not absorb the green light. It absorbs mainly the red and the what? The blue. These two wavelengths to drive the what? Photosynthesis. At the end of the what will happen? It will convert carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and water from the soil into glucose and what? Oxygen. That means at the end of the day, in photosynthesis, oxygen is given out as a byproduct. But in some organisms, for example, some bacteria, they don't give out oxygen as a byproduct. So that type of photosynthesis is called anoxygenic photosynthesis. It's called what? Anoxygenic photosynthesis. So, but in this case, in the case of spermatophytes, they don't exhibit anoxygenic, they exhibit oxygenic photosynthesis, whereby water is given out as a byproduct due to photolysis of water. Due to what? Photolysis of water. Oxygen is given out as a byproduct due to photosynthesis of water. So we have the carbon dioxide and water molecule. They will combine to give us glucose. And what is the formula of glucose? C6H12O6. The formula of glucose is what? C6H12O6. And oxygen is given out as a byproduct. Made of chlorophyll. Exactly. Now let's look at the fourth point. The next point we're going to look into is that we have different types of chlorophyll. Exactly. Remember we said that they contain chlorophyll, hence they can photosynthesize, and this chlorophyll present in plants, algae, and cyanobacteria. Are you with me? We have different types of chlorophyll. We have chlorophyll A. What is called what? The chlorophyll A, and we have the chlorophyll B. The chlorophyll B. So take note of that. We have chlorophyll A, and we also have what? Chlorophyll B. Does that make sense to you? So this chlorophyll A is the main pigment for photosynthesis. Exactly. So the chlorophyll are the other pigments that help to absorb light. The main pigment for photosynthesis is chlorophyll what? A. But the one that also helps to absorb light is chlorophyll what? B. Does that make sense? What are the two types of chlorophyll we have? We have chlorophyll what? A, and chlorophyll what? B. Which one is the main pigment? The chlorophyll what? A. And what is the work? It absorbs the light energy and drives photosynthesis. Does that make sense to you? Then now the number 4, the fourth one, the fourth feature is that they are vascular plants. They are what? Vascular plants. And they contain developed vascular tissues. They are vascular plants and they contain what? Developed vascular tissue. Now, since they are vascular plants, what are we going to call them? We are going to call them the tracheophyte. We are going to call them what? Tracheophyte. Which other tracheophyte do you know? Tracheophyte. Which other tracheophyte do you know? Another example of tracheophyte is the group called pteridophyte. The group called what? Pteridophyte. Both spermatophytes and pteridophytes, they contain the vascular bundle or the vascular tissues. Exactly. So both of them are grouped as what? Tracheophyte. So the two groups under tracheophyte are what? Spermatophyte and what? Pteridophyte. This group, pteridophyte. Does that make sense to you? So which means that they contain the vascular tissues. And what are the vascular tissues? We have the xylem and we have the what? The phloem. The xylem and phloem. The work of the xylem is to transport water and minerals up. This one transports water and minerals up to the leaves. But after photosynthesis, the food produced will be taken down by the phloem into their storage organs. So which one transports water and minerals up? The xylem. Which one brings it down? The phloem. Does that make sense to you? Now the fifth point is that they reproduce sexually. And water is not required for their sexual reproduction. They reproduce what? Sexually. Another point is that water is not required. Water is not what? Required. Unlike in bryophyte, this one, water is required. So water is required for reproduction in bryophyte. But in spermatophyte, water is not required for what? Reproduction. Does that make sense to you? This is because the pollen grains will deliver the male gamete directly into the ovule. It delivers the what? The male gamete directly into the what? Ovule. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Now the next point, the number 6, is that they produce ovules, which after fertilization will give us what? Seed. They produce what? Ovule. We develop into seed after fertilization. We have ovule and we have ovary. O-V-U-L-E, ovule. We have O-V-A-R-Y, ovary. The difference is that the ovary contains the ovule. I repeat, the ovary contains the ovule. And the fertilization of the ovule in plants will give us what? Seed. Whereas fertilization of the ovary in plants will give us what is called fruit. What is called what? Fruit. Is that clear? The fertilization of ovule will give us what? Seed. But the fertilization of the ovary will give us what? Fruit. Does that make sense to you? Now there is what is called placentation. What is called what? Placentation. It simply means the arrangement of ovule within the ovary. What I say? The placentation simply means what? Arrangement of ovule within the ovary. In exam, it can be a question. The arrangement of ovary of the ovule within the ovary of a plant is called what? Placentation. It's called what? Placentation. Now we have the next point. And that next point says that they exhibit what is called alternation of generation. They exhibit what is called what? Alternation of generation. Yes. In this alternation of generation, they have, in their life cycle, they have different groups. Exactly. They have a group called the sporophytic generation. A group called what? The sporophytic generation. And we have a group called the gametophytic generation. A group called what? Gametophytic generation. Now there is difference. In bryophyte, the dominant group is the gametophyte. But in spermatophyte, the dominant group is the what? Sporophyte. Does that make sense to you? Now we have two classes of spermatophytes. These spermatophytes, they are grouped into two. The first group is what is called the gymnosperm. What is called what? Gymnosperm. And we have the other group called what? Angiosperm. I repeat, that the spermatophytes are grouped into two. The first group is what is called the what? Gymnosperm, while the other group is called what? Angiosperm. Now, what is the major point we've derived from this topic is that spermatophytes are seed plants. That means they produce seed. Is that clear? And what are the features? The first point in the feature is that they are multicellular. They are what? Multicellular, which means they have different cells, many cells. The second point is what? Okay, in the second point, we say something that cell wall is one of a material called what? Cellulose. And the cellulose is a polysaccharide, exactly, that contain thousands of hundreds of glucose, which are joined by a bond what? Glycosidic bond, exactly. Okay, and the third point is that they contain what? Chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is a green pigment present in plants, algae, and what? Cyanobacteria. Is that clear? And this chlorophyll absorb light, usually from the what? From the red and blue what? Wavelength. Is that clear? What is their work? They will convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and what? Oxygen. And what is the formula of glucose? C6H12 what? O6. The next point says that they are vascular plants. And for the fact they are vascular plants, they are called what? Tracheophytes. Another group that is also under tracheophytes is what? Pteridophytes. Is that clear? And what are these vascular tissues? We have the xylem and the phloem. Is that clear? The next point, that they reproduce sexually. And water is not required for their sexual reproduction. Does that make sense? And the next point, they have ovule, which after fertilization will give us what? Seed. We made the difference between ovule and ovary. The fertilization of the ovule will give us what? Seed. While the fertilization of the ovary will give us what? Fruit. The arrangement of ovule within the ovary is called what? Placentation. They exhibit alternation of generation. While this dominant stage is the word? The sporophyte. Is that clear? In our next class, we are going to continue. See you next time.